Are you ready to take a ride down the highway of spots and stains? Let's go! Jax here from Legend Brands. Today, we're going to cover the difference between spots and stains because, well, if you're like me, at one point in your cleaning journey, you might have thought, wait, aren't they the same thing? Isn't a spot a stain and a stain, well, a spot? I'm sure if you're more established, you already know the answer to this one, which is not at all. And what's even more important is understanding how to treat them, because if you talk with any professional carpet cleaner, one of the services they offer is effective spot and stain identification and removal. The key to spot and stain removal is the ability to identify the carpet fiber you're dealing with, the type of spot or stain, and then possess the knowledge to remove that spot or stain. But first, let's get back to the basics. The difference between spots and stains. A spot adds a substance to the fibers. I'll say that one more time. A spot adds a substance to the fibers. Examples of common spots are food, greases, oils, paint, or even makeup. Food spots are normally very water-soluble, meaning they can be dissolved in water and can be removed easily in the cleaning process. Petroleum spots like oil, grease, or makeup have a very different attraction to the fibers and for the most part are not water-soluble, meaning they don't dissolve in water, which means they will not be removed with just normal cleaning. But many spots can be removed with a normal cleaning process. This is mostly because today's newer synthetic fibers are designed to repel the attraction most soils have with the fiber itself, and therefore most spots and even some stains will release in a normal hot water extraction process, like what you do with a truck mount. Now, a stain adds a color to the fibers. Yeah, there's your main difference. So a spot adds a substance and a stain adds a color. Most stains on carpet fibers found today are created by liquid spills, such as coffee, tea, Kool-Aid, red wine. You get the idea. Some stains also carry things that would be considered as spots, such as sugars or dairy products like creamers. Aha, there you have it. Probably one of the things that initially confused me the most. Yeah, we need to differentiate between a spot and a stain, but sometimes that leads us to the conclusion that we're dealing with both a spot and a stain. The spot portion of the stain might be easily removed in the cleaning process, but when it comes to the color that has been left, which is the stain, that's not always the case. First, we run it through our standard cleaning process. Then, we consider post-spot cleaning, which would address any remaining stubborn stains. Post-spot cleaning refers to cleaning and stain removal that happens after the standard cleaning process. It's easy to overdo labor and chemistry, which is why we don't recommend pre-spot cleaning, which is when you'd use specialized solutions on your initial clean. So, post-spot cleaning is when you address a spot after the standard cleaning process, and pre-spot cleaning is when you address the spot before the standard cleaning process. Now, there is one exception to this. If you're dealing with a pigment-based spot like tar, oil, paint, even mustard, I'll add most non-water soluble stains, then you'd always go to using a pre-spot cleaning before the standard cleaning process. Still with me? You're generally always cleaning the spot stain as if it were a spot first, then refining your approach if you realize there's a stain left behind, unless you're dealing with pigment-based spots. Don't worry. If you're like me, a cheat sheet is always a good thing to have on hand, so we've created a simple one you can save to your phone or laptop. There's a link to it in the description below. Hopefully this helps set the record straight for differentiating between a spot and a stain. Whoa, back on the scooter, huh?
Well, you said we were going to take a ride down the highway of spots and stains.
I wouldn't exactly call that highway worthy. Legend Brands.